But the Russians have been producing Kinzhals. They're running triple shifts at the facilities to produce these things. And I think we're seeing these missiles starting to come out in quantities so that the Russians can integrate them. And the important thing about the Kinzhal is no matter what NATO and Ukrainians do, you can't shoot it down. The missile cannot be shot down. So it can be used, for instance, to strike any target at once. And now notice there were 81 launches. 6 were Kinzhal. So the Kinzhal is still a small portion of the overall, less than 10% of the overall strike force, but the targets it hits are guaranteed to be destroyed. So it can hit command and control targets. It can hit critical energy infrastructure that might otherwise be protected with air defense resources that would negate, a Caliber attack or a Shahed 136 attack or an Iskander attack. Well, you can't negate the Kinzhal. It hits, it destroys, that's it. It can also start taking out the high-value air defense systems themselves. If you can identify a German Irish-T or an American Patriot system or a NASAM system, take it out with the Kinzhal. Bam, that's worth the expenditure. And I think you're going to see General Surovikin continue to shape this battle, lure the Ukrainians into activating radars to be destroyed, firing systems to be identified, and bringing to bear the hypersonic Kinzhal when needed to eliminate high-value targets. This is the beginning of the air campaign, which is designed to collapse Ukraine as a modern nation state, and in doing so, collapse political support for the Zelensky government. This is an important part, not just of defeating the Ukrainian military on the battlefield, but of the denazification process that's going to have to take place, because there will not be a Zelensky government when this war is over. It must be removed. The question is, do you remove it by putting boots on the ground, trying to take Kiev, a city of multi-millions? No, you do it through this air campaign that we're seeing right now that's starting to collapse. And the fact that the Russians are starting to put the accelerator on the air campaign tells you that it's happening in concert with what they expect to be happening on the ground. You want to have this big offensive, this breakout. At the same time, you're putting maximum pressure on the Zelensky government. And hopefully it leads to a situation where Zelensky is removed from power. I mean, as a humanitarian, you would like he and his family to be put on an airplane or a train and flown into exile where they can live a comfortable life, forever condemned by the world for what they've done to the Ukrainian people. But realistically speaking, he's probably going to die. He's probably going to die at the hands of Ukrainians who are going to rise up against him, because he represents the total collapse of Ukrainian society that's taking place right now, not only because of what's happening on the front line, where hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian men are being killed, but what's happening in Ukrainian society through this air campaign, where you're seeing tens of millions of Ukrainians displaced, critical infrastructure, over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure destroyed, and the nation itself